Good morning, FYI family. It's Tuesday, folks. Tuesday, the 6th day of February. How are you guys doing this morning? Welcome to our broadcast. What a night we have had. It's the morning after the night before. A very good morning to each and every one of you joining us, whether you're at home here in Guyana, where we broadcasting live from the national capital city of Georgetown. You're joining us somewhere out there in the diaspora. Guys, we're happy that you're here with us. We got a lot to share with you this morning, and we want to get right to it. So ensure as soon as you come on, you share the live and you smash that emoji button, folks. Good to have each and every one of you. I want to say a very good morning and happy birthday to Dr. Jelana Hartman, who is celebrating a birthday today. And we hope that Dr. Hartman has a great day. If I'm not mistaken, her specialty is in the area of dentistry. may you have some kind patience today, Dr. Hartman. We wish you a definitive year. A definitive year. Happy birthday, Jelana Hartman. We hope that you get all your heart's desires. Yep. Now and always. Great day to you. A great birthday to you. And may you be celebrating long after today. From all the folks that love you, Jelana, happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. Many more. We wish you many more. And folks, we're going to cover Dr. Hartman's birthday and other things on this program. Great to have all of you here with us, guys. As you come on, share that live and smash that emoji button as well. And if you're celebrating a birthday too, we want to wish you happy birthday. We're going to leave you guys out. We're not by any means, what's that word? We're not adverse to eating some sponge cake, especially. But we're not going to refuse any black cake. No, we ain't going to do that. We're not going to refuse any black cake. And folks, yesterday, I met up with the black cake specialist. Yes, met up with the black cake specialist yesterday. All the way from Diamond, right? She who knows herself, the black cake specialist. I had a black cake from this young lady about 2 years ago. It left a good taste in my mouth. I haven't forgotten that. Fantastic black cake. Some folks were called to black cake baking. Some were chosen. Some come for the fastness. Yeah. Good morning to each and every one of you. We're not adverse eating black cake. Love me some sponge cake. Fruit cake too, but love me some sponge cake. Leon Logan and all the other folks, Edlin Peters and you wonderful folks joining us, Bella, Mona. Good morning to you too. Good morning. Dr. Hartman, do tell us how you're spending this birthday today. We're eager to know. Do tell us, Doc, how you're going to spend this birthday. Are you working? You're taking a day off? You're going to relax in the spa? You're in Barbados? You're somewhere in a beach relaxing? You got a pina colada. What's happening there, folks? That's how we wish we could spend every day. Jolly Anderson. Good to have you, Jolly, and Irvin Dunn. Irvin Dunn said, I can make black cake for you this year, Sharon. Oh my God. You touch my art. You touch my art there. I was slapping the mic. You touch my art there, Irvin Dunn. Good to have you. And as I speak of Irvin Dunn, he's a boy with things. Or he's a boy with things, Irvin Dunn. Elizabeth Williams, good to see you. Did I see Elizabeth yesterday out there on the front lines? I missed you. Miss your oratory. Miss, you gotta know, I'm hitting the mic again. You gotta know I bought my dictionary and my books from Austin's, huh? Folks, you must go down to Austin. I love to go into Austin's. Be transported away from the politics and the mundane. That's what books do to you. Books take you to other places. Am I boring myself? Folks, I don't like my shirts open where you're seeing my chest. I don't want to. So I usually stick a safety pin here. So not too much of my chest is exposed. I got a kind of chest. You see it, you get sidetracked in. So I tend to kind of conceal. I know the giftings that God has given me. So I don't want to be a distraction. So I kind of stick a safety pin. Very few shirts I see have a button. I like the right up to the button, top. But I come midway the top and that one. So not too much of my chest is outside. I don't want to break up families, inclusive of my own. So I take care of myself. You see, Leslie, Dolly, Debbie, Shauna, right? So always got to make sure. I'm feeling something pricking me. I don't know if it's what. The other thing, the shirts that don't have the two buttons at the side, I don't like my shirt hanging down looking like a pin. So I stick safety pins also at the side of my shirt collar and between. So I got 3 pins here, which gives you this neat kind of finish. I don't know. It's just me. We're some weirdos, aren't we? We're some weirdos. Birds of identical plumage assemble together in close proximity. Folks, what are some of the quirks you have? What are some of the quirks that you have? I don't like my shirts, open up looking like a pimp. So I like to keep the collars closed. Some of them don't always have buttons, so I stick safety pins on the inside. And then I don't like the front, the middle open down too wide, distracting folks, breaking up families and so on. So I put a safety pin halfway up. So 3 pins are all most time on my shirt, trying to kill me, but no pain, no gain. What are some of your quirks? Some of the quirks you guys have. I know y'all got plenty. Folks. I have been to my dentist, but 5 times for this year. I work at a meal this year. Y'all try with yourself there. Try your own self this year. I've been at my dentist, hammering out some issues. All of you guys been. What are some of the quirks that you guys have? What are some of the quirks that you guys have? I know some of y'all is changing your curtains ever so often. This, that, different things. Yeah, some of you always with the socks on, rain or shine in your furs. If at Leonard, what are some of the quirks that you guys have? Hold on. Seeing some things here. Right? Tommy Gibbs, I can't tell you last time I used a safety pin. See, Tommy, you out here looking like a pimp. I don't like my shirt colors all over the place. Kamal Prasad says she stands firmly with the nation's teachers, demanding a better and substantial raise in salary. Kamal, I've missed you. I know I haven't touched base in a little while. That doesn't say I haven't thought about you. I have thought about you all the time. I've missed you, Kamal, former regional vice chair of Region 7, Kamal Prasad, on with us this morning. I've missed you, Kamal. I've missed you. Bigly. Vanilla Garnett, good to see you there as well. Kamal is standing with the teachers. Debbie, what are some of the quirks that you all have? Huh? What are some of the other quirks that you have? Right? Mia Miller says, I don't like to hear people chewing. Does it really turn you off that much? I don't like to hear people chewing. Yeah. Mia, you look like you have plenty quirks. Some people just look special. Yeah, look, plenty quirks. Donna Joseph, Michaela Andrews says, I done shared your live. Love folks like Michaela. Yep. Urban Dawn says, I'm going to present Tommy with some pins. It's the little things that matter. It is the little things that matter. Right? Leslie Hamilton says, I always have a pin somewhere hiding just in case. You always got to be prepared. I love that. Leslie says, always got a pin hiding just in case. June Cameron. Right? June Cameron, you all mean the stage where you're wrapping up your money in a tissue and you're chocolate in? You're at the age and stages yet? Rastaman and Kyle and Mark and Orwin Dunn. Orwin Dunn's I done share too. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yep. Shauna Fortune says, I don't like to hear people hitting the plates when eating. I hear it. You're quirky bad. There's a whole set of quirky people here. I don't like to hear people hitting the plates when eating. I think my wife is there right here too. Don't hit that plate, folks. Don't hit People just hungry, man, Shauna. People gonna tell you eating proper now. It's just so thankful to even have a meal. Just so thankful to even have a meal. You know, Shauna like to hear people hitting the plates. Right? Don't like hear people hitting the plates. Kamal says safety pins is high fashion. Just check out Miley Cyrus' dress at the 2024 Grammy Awards. You see what I'm telling you? We always leading the pack. Always leading the pack. Making pins great again. Debbie and Sukhchan Sudhari. Good to have you. Sudhari Sukhchan. Gil Ali Cock. Brenda and Nigel. Good to have you. I know some of y'all shame to tell us what are some of your quirks. I see Tessa's joining us from Florida. Tessa Lane Eastman. I got some friends in Florida. I want to come to Florida so bad. I hear it's so beautiful. Want to come to Florida? Tell somebody the right invite. I would come. You know, the right invitation. I would come. You know, I was happy when I discovered I got some friends out there in Florida. Would love to go to Florida if I have the right invitation. Camille Cox says, come out and support the teachers today. Do that, folks. Please and thank you. Support the teachers. The strike is on, folks. The strike is on. And we welcome each and every one of you wherever you're joining us from this morning. Do share the live. Smash that emoji. But we won't be sharing live for sharing live's sake. But it drives up the algorithm, that homework, algorithm, and it says to the, whether YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, something's happening here. And they push the program, they push the content. The folks who might not ordinarily come into contact with it, but needs the valid and credible information, are the same. Kevin Jones. So lots happening, folks. Lots happening with this strike action that started yesterday by the Ghana Teachers Union. We privileged to start the day. Let me shift that. First 15 things you ought to know. You're going to say everything. You can say a little bit. You can imagine the rest. First 15 things think you ought to know as you start the day today, folks. And we want to start with that strike action. My Lord, we had the first day of it starting yesterday, folks. Look at some of what we saw out there with the Ghana Teachers Union-led teacher strike. Day one was yesterday. We're into day two today. Take a look.
The strike called by the Ghana Teachers Union began today. So too did the protests. There were protests in every part of the country. In the city, the largest protest was outside the headquarters of the Education Ministry. Teachers bore placards and chanted songs of solidarity. Coretta McDonald, GTU General Secretary, was with the striking teachers.
Teachers are receiving $80,000, while our learners are receiving $45,000. And the government sees nothing wrong with that. Outside of that, this has been the last resort for us. Because our talks, they would have failed all along. And so this is the last resort. Here we have been asking this government from 2020 to now to speak to the teachers union. Rather than speaking with the executive of the teachers union, the government chose to select 100 teachers to speak with them. They have no authority to speak for the teachers of this country.
She said that since 2020, despite efforts to negotiate with the government, all the teachers have received are imposed salaries.
They can't talk to us, but they're talking to Darwin. And they've been talking to Darwin. And they've been talking to Darwin. And you know, the sexy part of it for them is Coretta McDonald, MP for the opposition, while you have my colleague Sipol Narai, who is president of DAO, the Guyana Agricultural Workers Union, and he's a sitting MP in the government. But nobody sees anything wrong with that. But regardless of what they say, our teachers know and our parents know that this strike is not political.
She said that she's being paid as a teacher and not as a member of parliament. Then there is the threat of disciplinary action against the striking teachers.
The PDP government, like I said earlier, they're anti-working class. When struck against the coalition in 2018, not one teacher lost any money from their side. Even though we were on the streets for 9+ days, not 1 cent was taken from them. But we know how the PDP will operate. And if state decided they're going to deduct monies from our teachers' salary, let me say to them, that's good news for us because corporate sponsors out there have already pledged that they will reimburse our teachers. So,
And the proposed penalty to be imposed by the teachers would create more radicalism among the teachers, according to Ms. MacDonald. One of the striking teachers, Everton Caesar, said that for far too long, the teachers were not being remunerated.
You know, teachers are the one who teach and help to create all other professions. And we're wondering why it's so difficult for the government to sit down and talk with our union.
It's overbearing. We are treated as if we are less than animals. The basic things that the Ministry of Education can do for teachers, have proper seating. We are hearing about the cash grant, the disrespect that the cash grant has created for teachers. We are hearing that we're thieves. We put in the change in our pockets. That if a teacher has 30 children, we are having $120,000 in our pockets. When it's far from the truth, it's painful when we have to resort to this. We know that it's the nation's children. I've been feeling for the nation's children for a long time, but parents need to understand and come out and support because their children are affected.
Yeah, that's what went down yesterday, day one of this teachers' strike, and we're seeing such an outpouring of support for the Ghanaian Teachers Union. Where are the parents? I know lots were in the picket line yesterday. If you have some time to go out there, I know some of you are working during your lunch break, wherever they're meeting in your community, and most times it's close to the education office. I will go and show you solidarity. The teachers are compensated better. You know, the benefits redound to you and your children under their care, your child under their care. Go out there and support, you know. Go out there and support the Guyana Teachers Union and the just cause of the teachers. We saw GHK Lal saying that the teachers' strike action is justified. The strike action of the teachers is justified, but adding that it requires honest leadership action from the Guyana Teachers Union. And as you heard there, too many of these sycophants for this installed regime are saying that this is a politically inspired strike, and nothing could be far further from the truth. As you heard there, those teachers saying, and I want to thank Mr. Adam Harris for helping us with that report. We have additional stories you can engage in on our YouTube channel, and that is why we've been encouraging you. Some of them we're not going to be sharing also on Facebook, but we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're going to get the notification on your phone, in your hand. You know, some of you, your phone inseparable. That's where we are. Unfortunately, you fuse to your device. You're sleeping on the phone in your hand. You wake the phone in your hand, you know. It's just the way things are. You get a notification in real time as soon as we post content, and we're going to be ramping up the content we post to our YouTube channel because we've realized that you guys need more credible and valid information, you know, because if you get sound information, you can make better decisions. So we're going to keep doing that, folks, and ensure that you are subscribed fully to our YouTube channel. This thing ain't political. This thing is not political, and we seen folks keep saying that all the time. They're trying to push it down in that direction to have it seem as though this is a politically inspired movement that is happening with the Guyana Teachers Union, but it is just not so, folks, and don't allow anybody to tell you differently. It is just that. So I really want to thank the veteran journalist, veteran media manager, Adam Harris, for helping us with that particular report. And here again, the folks are saying it's not political. It's not in this report. It's not political.
When the teacher strike was announced, both the Ministry of Labor and the Education Ministry contended that any strike would be illegal. There was also the threat of sanctions against the teachers. Today, there were teachers who took strike action in 2014 during the tenure of the coalition government. in the protest line.
You not out here in 2018 picketing. You lost any money with your salary and so on? When you, when you were out here?
No. We didn't lost any money from our salaries.
So all of you tickets and then go back to work. The government didn't victimize everybody.
No salary was cut in 2018.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping that the Ministry of Education do the right thing and don't cut anybody's
Yes,
salary.
yes.
But they ensure that these things that we're asking for is fixed. Once these things are fixed, we're back in the classroom tomorrow.
Yes.
That was former Minister Simona Brooms and the teacher who was on the strike called in 2018. He said that once the outstanding matters are duly settled, the education minister doesn't have to talk with the teachers. And some teachers are upset that the education minister has dubbed the strike political.
Me too. Because in 2018, when she came out and protested the same AP and UFC, it wasn't political. It was, we must not be hypocritical and we must stop buying into Jabio's narratives. Well, I used to let people demoralize him. That we have to remind them.
The situation was the same in Linden. The teachers assembled outside the education ministry branch office and chanted labor songs.
Yeah. It's not political, Priya Manik Chan. That's what teachers on the front line are saying. It's just not political. The Red Thread, that advocacy organization, has come out too in support of the teachers, demanding that the government pay the teachers a livable wage. That's the crux of the matter there. Not so, Junior Holder or English, a livable wage, Debbie Collins and Karen McPherson. That's what we want. Nothing short. We'll do Mark and MC Blue. A livable wage. Things in the marketplace have gone up and will continue to go up. 1.146 trillion is the national budget currently. Oh, they can spend, baby, spend. When it comes to spending on the teachers, we got a problem there, don't we? We got a problem there. Thank you, Red Thread. Let me say it on behalf of teachers everywhere. Thank you, Red Thread. And then we've been seeing some stupid headlines too. You know, these are good headlines. Red Thread out in support. J.K. Lal out in support. We published a story where the leader of the Alliance for Change, Kemal Ramtadan, says all unions should come out supporting the teachers. We welcome his support as well in the Alliance for Change. And certainly PNCR is backing this too. We can hear from them shortly. All right thinking Guyanese, the Alliance for Change says, should be supporting the workers' cause. They got some stupid headlines out there too. You see, Priya been trying to distract. We see you, Priya, trying to distract, pulling teachers back into schools by starting their school supplies cash grant yesterday and telling us that they're going to be distributing $1.8 billion worth cash grant for this term and next term, out of the blues, you know. 2 terms in one, but this doesn't go into teachers' pocket. And as you heard in one of those previous reports by Adam Harris, in some instances, teachers have been accused of pocketing this money. Nonsense. Far from the truth. So this is what's happening there. They're distributing their school supplies cash grant so teachers can buy teaching aid and your mark and your the cardboards and so on. This is not an allowance for teachers. No, it isn't. But we see you, Priya, you and your Gucci bag, making the rounds. We see you, Priya. Manik Chan, look some of these stupid headlines. Some foolish newspapers out there now. Ghana Times, many teachers countrywide boycott the GTU strike and protest. Foolishness and nonsense. That's why most people just use this newspaper to go to the washroom if they buy it at all. It might be cheaper than toilet paper in this country. So they use it when they're going to the lavatory. Stupid, foolish headline. You're going to know how you're spending your money in this country. You want to buy a foolish, stupid newspaper that's talking a set of rubbish. Rubbish. Teachers boycott countrywide strike action. This is one of the most successful strikes protest action we've seen out of the Ghana Teachers Union in a long time, thanks to President Mark Lighton General Secretary Coretta McDonald, and all the other hard-working executives of that union. Thanks to them, teachers responding to the need of the felt needs of the teachers. Here you got the Gala Times dedicating its pages to nonsense. Many boycott teachers' union strike and protest. Look, this other foolish one out of the Guyana Chronicle. Because they're comparing notes. Concerns raised as McDonald funding for strike from secret corporate sponsor. Concerns raised as McDonald reveals funding for strike from secret corporate sponsor. So what? If a business or businesses want to, give a case of water, a box of food to the striking teachers, so what? Oh, y'all would like for them not to have any support. And so the strike can dwindle. Corporate Guyana, you do what you got to do. Teachers, go out there and support your businesses, support your establishment. Thousands of teachers across this country. Any business with any sense, what support? What support? If your bottom dollar is being met by teachers across this country, would you want to support them? It would be foolish not to do that. Would be foolish. So look what they worried about. Look what the state media is worried about. Not that there's an erosion in collective bargaining in this country. No. Who supported the union? Right? But the union is being accused of being political. But look, the state newspapers. Concerns raised. You're concerned about the wrong thing. SW, Rastaman, they're concerned. Stanley Wilson, Shamar, and Delon, concerned about the wrong things. Savita Richards, that's so. You concerned about corporate sponsors. Backing the union. Giving sponsorship. A bottle of water here. A bun there. That's what you concerned about. Not that government has not improved the lives of teachers, public servants as a whole, in any meaningful way. Chronicle. Just like Times, fit for one thing. One thing only, belly walk. Sheila Boy Child. Fit for one thing only, belly walk. Look what the concerns are. Corporate sponsor, supporting our teachers. Oh, they will love if this strike is starved for funds, starved for resources, they should get tired and go back into the same system where they're earning millions and millions and millions and teachers got to work for next. Why is that? Why is that? Foolishness, man. Foolishness. And when the Chronicle, that rag, when the Chronicle, not trying to attack the unity that there is, the unison that there is in the GTU right now, they're attacking Sabbath News. Sabbath News is an anti-government editorial writer. That's what they're attacking. The anti-government editorial writer of the Sabbath News. Look, Sabbath News don't do me no favor, but I will stand up for your right to speak, even if it's heaping criticisms on me. That's a democracy. That is a democracy. I will stand up for that right. See, you have to be critical of your government. It's part of what a democracy is. If you find something better than democracy, well, tell the rest of us that is what a democracy is. A contention of ideas. But they just want smooth sailing. They just want folks to sue away them. They're good with that. They're good for that. But rigorous interrogation of their governance, their stewardship, is that they have a problem with. So state funds and resources are now being made to attack Sabbath News. Right? And this is coming from who else? The Kisoon column over there. You couldn't make it. By Kaichu, couldn't make it at Sabbath News. Right? So you're gone with accepting your dotishness now in your old age. attacking Sabbath News. And that's what the government paying for. Right? Paying for a hired pen. My God. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Have fallen. Have fallen. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Right? If I fall to that kind of level, once great man has fallen to sweet Jesus, get out of writing, get out of politics, get out of commentary. Go in your rocking chair and just number your days. The Gang of Nine, the Public Service Cooperative Credit Union. Folks, it's getting bizarre over there. I don't know if they're in a different twilight, but folks, hear this. The Committee of Management, out front parts, Sheila Boy Child. Hear this. The Committee of Management, they're the Ghana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union. They're saying, trying to convince themselves that they're in compliance with the court and that a meeting was actually held yesterday. They're arguing that. Talking to themselves and answering back. That's the first sign. Something is happening there with that committee management. Right? What they're pumping there in the air. The Ghana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union, they said a meeting actually happened and they're not in violation of the court order. The court said a number of things, and this committee of management, led by Karen Van Slightman Corbin, they said a meeting was held. Folks, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. You see, and anything the PPP touches becomes that. Bizarre. Bizarre. This meeting actually happened. Yesterday, we spoke with one of the members of the Ghana Teachers Union, and she's been one of the litigants in some of these matters coming before the High Court, which said that this meeting should have been held, and held in a certain way yesterday. We sat down with Maheli yesterday. And here is what she said. Take a look, take a listen.
What I want us to understand is that as an applicant, myself and Keith Marks, who had to go to work, we would have done everything in our power to ensure that the court order has been fulfilled. So on Friday, after I'm not hearing anything about this credit union's special general meeting, I decided to approach the chief executive officer, the CEO of the credit union. So I decided to approach her and I said, look, myself along with Ms. Dijon, and I said, we just would like to have a couple of understanding of what is happening. What is the preparation like? So we will be able to adequately feedback our colleagues and members. She said to me in no uncertain term, Sherrod, that she is unable to say anything at this point because she said that this thing was she sent a correspondence to the board, and in essence, the board did not give her any instructions to fulfill that correspondence. So at this point, Sherrod, that was on Friday, she was unable to do that. She advised that I write the chairman. I did write the chairman on this issue, asking a couple of questions. One, how can I vote in the 10 administrative regions? So what systems are in place? Where are the polling stations? So I can feed my colleagues back. Secondly, I asked specific question to the online voting platform. What system is in place for that? And how can people register to be online? Up to date, as I speak to you, I have my phone in my hand and I haven't gotten a response from the chairman. It tells me either one of two things. One, that the chairman is bigger than any one person in this credit union. They claim it's 25,000 members, 20,000. At no point in time, we are actually getting a fair amount of how many members. So you're saying to me the chairman is bigger than any one of us? And most importantly, why is it that the court has ordered this thing and we are begging, we're sitting here begging literally for people to fulfill the orders of the court? So I decided today, because when I look at the advertisement on the 21st of January placed in the newspaper by the credit union, it says that there should be a special general meeting at Critchlow Labour College. I turned up today. To my surprise, Sharon, there is nothing, literally nothing prepared for us. We come into the building, it's nowhere close to even clean enough for us to function effectively. What we did was, when we look around, there are members coming in as well, coming for this meeting. We start pending people's name, so that we can adequately see for the people that was here. Today there's about 70 members who came and went away because there is nothing happening for them to do. So they decided, oh, some of them leave their work and so on, and people going back to their workplaces. So I'm saying to you, Sherrod, evidently the Committee of Management under the leadership of Karen Van Siteman Kerbin has not done anything in its power, or has not done anything that the court has ordered. Because even if the court ordered for three specific persons, these persons were told that they have to go through the committee of management, all 12 persons, in order to pass finances. None of those finances were passed to one, contract the service provider, make any form of preparation to for the special general meeting. So we're here, turned up. The special general meeting was supposed to be at 10 o'clock. We're still here. It's minutes to 1. We're still here, and we're looking to see what will happen.
What do you think happens next in this whole process of getting to a special general meeting?
The truth of the matter is, we will have to consult with our attorneys. They will then take the legal fight. So we are now going to consult with our attorneys. They will tell us exactly what is the next procedure, and we're ready to follow. I think we've had enough. This is the second time of an attempt of a special general meeting, and every time we did that, the committee of management is adamant that they're not going to fulfill what the court has ordered. Why are you not fulfilling the court's order? Is there some bigger power behind you that is ensuring that doesn't happen? Because for me, I would be afraid of contempt of court. We took them to court before now for contempt of court, and because of the technicality of the order not being served on them, it was thrown out of court basically. So we weren't able to charge them with contempt of court. But if the actions of these people continues, then we will take it back to court again. My thing is, Sherrod, let's resolve this amicably. We don't have to wait. This is 18 months about so. We don't have to wait for a next 18 months to go. Why are we back and forth? Why not honor the membership request? The members are asking for a special general meeting. Why are you hard bent on not giving that to the members? What I want.
Yeah, there it is, folks. The Committee of Management of the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union, they're contending the meeting happened. Twilight Zone things, folks. Twilight Zone things. Elizabeth Narayan, good to see you on the live this morning. Leslie Hamilton, great to see you as well. And Karen Mohammed. Yolanda Thomas, we see you there in Queens, Yolanda. Marcia Jackman, we see you as well. The Committee of Management says it happened. It happened. Look, the Guyana Police Force is now saying that tint will have to be removed from all the police operational vehicles. Yep. All the operational vehicles, tint will have to be removed. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening in this country, folks. As soon as you blink, you miss something. You know? So, what are we telling you? Don't blink, that's what I say. Ravindra Budram, the Deputy Commissioner of Operation, he is the one who says this is a new policy. Right? This is going to be the new policy that the tint would have to be removed. Part of it's advocating against this practice. You must have a permit to have tint on your vehicle. I know it's not the same in some of the countries watching us this morning, where you're watching from. But in Guyana, you have to have a permit to have tint on your vehicles. The Guyana Police Force says it will be removing tint from operational police vehicles, emphasizing the importance of avoiding unnecessary detentions for minor offenses and upholding the joint service protocol by treating our joint service members with respect. It's all part of this whole effort by the Guyana Police Force. And this is according to, again, Deputy Commissioner of Operations, Ravindra Budram. And at the time he was addressing the Ghana Police Force Traffic Headquarters monthly traffic stakeholders meeting, saying that the Ghana Police Force, they're heading in this direction. And as we were in the Ghana Police Force, we heard quite recently there's some rumors circulating about money laundering in the Ghana Police Force as well. Now, these are allegations, strong allegations, albeit, folks, strong allegation of money laundering in the Ghana Police Force. Yeah. Believe it or not, money laundering, Ghana Police Force, two things don't seem congruent. They just don't seem, it's like an oxymoron. Police involved in money laundering. Take a look, folks. Take a listen.
Scandals are nothing new to Guyana. Now one is rocking the Guyana Police Force. Retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slow spoke about an allegation that's doing the rounds.
That a very senior police officer in the Guyana Police Force attempted recently, in the past 2 months or so, to launder $16.5 million through the Ghana Police Force Credit Union, which is one of the most progressive credit unions in the country, if I should say.
Retired Assistant Commissioner Clinton Conway said that one has often heard about financial irregularities in the Guyana Police Force.
We heard about financial irregularities at the police quartermaster store. We heard, or we saw accounts, we saw advance where a secretary and a driver uplifted hundreds of $1,000s to travel to the interior to do investigation at Orangeuk, at Kaikan, and at Port Kaitumo police station. No proper investigation. But hardest one, where the money, as you mentioned, they amount to millions of dollars, and they say they come from gifts that the person is money laundering.
He said that he hopes the Special Organized Crime Unit would investigate.
All that amount of money being lodged at the police credit union, and I understand, maybe we talk later on, that some other application was made for certain other kind of money. Somebody need to look at financial irregularities in the Guyana Police Force.
The persons who were there and decided that no, they're not going to be a part of this illegal scheme were all removed. And this thing requires an investigation.
Most of the allegation has been circulating for a few weeks.
Senior police officer of the Guyana Police Force, very, very senior, attempted to lodge, well, not all attempted, he did deposit $16.5 million in the police credit union. And when the people became diligent and said, no, I think the money was returned, and all those who were there and involved have been removed to other places. So I guess they're going to get people there who will facilitate that type of illegal act.
Slow raised the question of where would a senior police officer on his salary find $16.5 million to deposit into an account.
Minister of Home Affairs in 2021 said that $300 million were missing from the police finance office. They said an investigation will launch. You hear nothing about that. You hear a lot of people being charged for some small amount with feeding and all of that. We ourselves were charged. $300 million, that is what the minister said in 2021 in the budget presentation in Parliament. And then a few months ago, we learned that there was some allegation of a $300 million irregularity at the quartermaster store.
Stranger than fiction, stranger than fiction. Thanks again, Adam Harris, for helping us with that report. Stranger than fiction, money laundering. Those are the allegations, folks. The Ghana Police Force. Wow, 16 million. Nice time, nice. Oil block. Gotta get oil blocks. Gotta get an oil block or two. Enid, Sabrina Blue, Karen Mohammed. Gotta have an oil block. Government have stalled projects. Yet another stalled project, this time the Lillian Pump Station. Oh, they like to tell you how many projects they're doing. Hundreds and hundreds of projects. This is the Ghana government People's Progressive Party led administration. How many projects they're not doing? 98% of them stall. We're following this one, folks. We're following this one. Yet another stalled project. Right? No work has been done on the Lindau Pump Station, report says, in the last few weeks. And this project is slated for completion in April. I want to thank Starbuck News for showing these reports. Slated for completion April of this year. You know, next month is March, month after that is April. There's been no word on what has occurred from either the Ministry of Agriculture or the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority. But the project at Liliendal, it's stalled up. Yeah. This project is a $6 million project and is expected to boost the drainage capacity in several flood-prone areas. When we get up to April, it's May and June. We're right in that rainy season zone. What's going to happen? Right? Starbuck News says on Friday, contractors were not on site when they visited and construction work had clearly been stalled. Zulfikar Mustafa, Minister of Agriculture, your name calling, my brother. Your name calling. Yet another stalled project. Yeah. You want to tell you how much thing they're doing and then doing and then doing. We saw this headline. It was a little fascinating for us. Now, we're happy for the folks at Coventry that got their titles to their land recently. But this reporting, I think, by the DPI says that decades of waiting end with distribution of those titles. No. The last government, after AFC went into office in 2015, they were hobbled by a no confidence motion by 2018, and the rest is history. Now, 3 years, or even 5 years, is that a decade? Decades delay, decades waiting to end. Wow. Wow. You know, it was Annette Ferguson during the course of the national debate there over the budget 2024, who said 56,000 applications were inherited by the APNU AFC government and taken office in 2015. 56,000, of which a huge portion of that were pre-qualified for land. But since then, people only given land to friends, family, and favorites. Decades of waiting. It means that some of those were inherited. If you've been waiting decades, folks, this year is 26 years since the PP has been in government, since they've held power in this country. 26 years. If you've been waiting for land for decades, who do you think is the problem? Who do you think is the problem? Talking about problems, you know, you folks out there, Sharon Mercurius and Debbie Collins and Gloria Gordon out front parts, Marcel and Derek and Everett, Yolanda, you all are important. You see, when you on social media bring the public pressure to bear on social media and off of it, this is what happens. Now, I think it was Big Uncle Gordon who exposed what's been happening there at the National Aquatic Center, just across the road from where the National Assembly is sitting at the Outer Chung Conference Center at Liliendal. Oh, the pool is in a filthy, wicked and stink condition, but suddenly it's been closed for a week for rehabilitation to clean up the pool. That's your power. Mark and Marcy Agard, Elizabeth Nuray, that's your power. Forbes Meduse, that's your power right there. And Corns and Waveney Doris, that's your power right there. That's your power on social media. Sharing the live and smashing the emoji button. You see? When others get information and circulates it, oh, you gotta sometimes shame them into doing the right things. So Ramsey didn't sing that all the time. Gil Alicock, John Fresco, P. Alicock, all the Alicocks on this morning. Ramsey didn't sing it all the time. Is this normal fare? To clean the pool, to make sure the bath there is tip-top shape. How are you going to produce the next Michael Phelps in that kind of environment? It will be in spite of what they're doing. You see how Irfan Ali is quick to say, oh, I had a hand in Shamar Joseph's ascension, his rise to stardom. I had a hand in that. Putting people to swim in pools like that, to play cricket on fields and wringing their ankles. Suddenly the pool is closed for a week, folks. Closed for a week. Kaisuko, declared by its PPP-appointed CEO in 2015, June 2015, on the verge of bankruptcy. PPP managed Kaisuko for the last 26 years. Ain't producing nothing profitability. Just pumping money into it. Pumping money, pumping money. Kaisuko is now telling us that they're redeveloping over 5,000 hectares to mechanize field operation. And then they can burn down the control room. You got to spend now $50 million to repair that. Look, moving on. Moving on, Kaisuko. Got some good folks working in that industry. But management, poor. So because of morning show, can't call it exactly how I want to call it. But it's poor. That's the management there for you. That's the management. You can't run the sugar industry. God damn it. Can't even run the aquatic center. You went into manufacturing, vaccine manufacturing facility. Folks, you all see, we don't try to make light of this in these issues, but people out here making jokes. They're going to manufacturing facility, right? Next thing you know, some pool water in them capsules from the aquatic center. You can't run a pool. Not fit to run the aquatic center. Look at your stewardship. You want to run a whole vaccine manufacturing facility. Right? I wouldn't buy a veil or viler, whatever you call it, from them. PPP, I would trust to inject me with something they're producing from the vaccine manufacturing facility. Jesus have mercy. They claim they're experts in sugar. Sugar hasn't produced a pound at profitability. For the longest while, thanks to them running it into the ground, all that is diamond was Sugar State. Who closed down Diamond Sugar State? The LBI Sugar State. Who did that? Who did that? They want to do vaccine manufacturing facility. Joan Paris Murray said they can't run a clinic. Right? Can't run a clinic. Waveney Doris said, not me. Not me. Look what's happening in El Salvador. El Salvador, under the presidency of Bukele, suspended a lot of constitutional liberties in order to bring a hold on gang violence. Over 50,000 gang members have been imprisoned in El Salvador. And the nation has seen dramatic reduction in murders. And people credit that to President Bukele, who has just been re-elected for a second term. Folks, with more than 83% of the electorate, and in their 60-seat National Assembly, looks like they're going to go with about 58 of those seats in this landslide victory. 80 plus. People have been very concerned about the weakening of democracy by the suspension of all of these constitutional liberties. The people don't seem to mind if it means a stable society, less gang violence, less murders, less shootings. You could imagine if you had a PPP with 83, 85% of the electorate backing them. You got a government currently with 1%, with one seat majority rather. A one seat majority in the National Assembly. But Kelly clean up in their recently concluded national elections. Clean house. Whip the opposition soundly. And not operating the way FYI operating. Them boys have taken all the checks and balances out of the Natural Resource Fund, in which they can now take out 100%. They don't have to leave anything for Leonard Zephyr's children, Shamar and Delon's kids, and Andrew Griffith's kids, and Wenda, and Karen, and Alia. They ain't gonna leave nothing for your children. Right? They ain't gonna leave nothing for your kids. They've removed all the stops. And we said this since this bill came back. Since it came back. We said, watch them. You got to watch them. PPM money. Bad combination. Could you imagine if they had 85% of the electorate backing them? How they would operate? 1 seat majority. Right? 1 seat. Folks, what you're seeing out there with the Ghana Teachers Union and the turnout of teachers yesterday is not political orchestration. It's the ordinary citizens who happen to be teachers who are fed up of earning next to nothing, while the obese fat cats at the top, Irfan Ali and Co., live large with a 1 seat majority, believing that they don't have to consult you, don't have to consult your union, don't have to consult even the national rubber stamp National Assembly, but they can do as they please. Could you imagine if they had 85, 90% of the electorate voting for them? What they would do? Folks, it's for all of us. Support the Ghana teacher strike. Go out there as a parent, as a member of society, as a citizen. Support this strike. Could you imagine if they had that political clout? Right? Let's say the results are what they are, and they got 51% of the electorate. Could you imagine? And they're operating as though they're gone with 63 of the 65 seats in the National Assembly. That's how they're operating. You don't think they got a 1 seat majority? Whichever part of this country you live, take some time as part of your civic, patriotic duty and go out there and back your teachers. I heard one young man said the teachers produce every other profession. Won't you want them to have the best facilities, right? The best salaries, the best treatment, respect? This government don't respect nobody, right? Except the numbers. And that is what you show with that same issue there with the National Aquatic Center. Right? That's why they now close it down to bring it in shape for a week. If you got closed down the education sector for a week or a month or a year to bring it in shape, so be it. We're better for it in the long run. We're going to be better for it in the long run. We're going to see you guys out there in the protest line today. Whichever part of the country you're living, something is happening in education close by you. Get out there and support them. Encourage your family to do so as well. You know, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors. Folks, it's now or never. A moment is happening in the soul of this nation. It's now or never. And we have a duty, whichever government doing nonsense, we stand up as citizens. We have a moment upon us. Let's do the right thing, Gloria Gordon, Edward Brooms, and all the other folks watching us. Michelle, let's do the right thing. Support our teachers. That's going to do it for us this morning, folks. That's our time. That's our program today. Forbes, Meduse, and all the other folks joining us. Stay safe. Fidel Albert, Sonia, Massey Cobbs. Have a great day, folks. Have a fantastic day. We're going to leave it there until our next broadcast. When the more we see you, candidly energit Ann Cummins, we see you as well. Bella Mona, Loretta, Veronica Premo, Marcy Agard, we see you guys there. Have a great day, folks. Until our next broadcast. Share the live, smash that emoji button, folks. Please and thank you. That's it. That's the time.